Okay, so this is a very, very important part of your page makeover. In fact, this training is going to look very simple, but it's actually extremely important. Most people name their Facebook page without giving it a second thought. They simply put the name of their business on the page and call it a day. But that is not exactly what you want to do in all cases. So we're going to talk about what your page name needs to do for you and for your potential followers. And then I'm going to show you some examples of page names that have different elements, or a particular page name with different elements, so that you can see why it's so important to make sure that your page name is actually communicating more about your business. So let's just jump right into it. I always forget to click. Your page name should include two elements. Number one, what you do. The name on your page should clearly communicate what it is you do. So if you make candles, the word candle should be on there. If you make rabbit toys, the word rabbit toy should be on there. If you are a chiropractor, the word chiropractor should be on there. If you are a financial advisor, the word financial advisor should be on there, or something about finances. If you're a real estate agent, it should show that you are a realtor or a real estate agent. So your page name should include the thing you actually do for people. When you miss this, then there are very generic names out there. And if your customer cannot discern, or your potential follower or potential customer cannot discern that you do what you do, then they're going to move along. And an example I always use, especially for my handmade sellers, is Kathy's Crafty Corner. You know, if I'm looking for candles and I see a page name that says Kathy's Crafty Corner and it doesn't say candles, then I'm going to move along. And it doesn't even matter that that's the main thing that Kathy sells, because it's not communicated in the name of the page. The other reason why this is really important is there is a thing called affinity. If you are looking for something in particular, it's the same thing they always talk about when you buy a certain make and color of car. You've never noticed that car on the road again, but once you buy one and you have one for yourself, you see them everywhere. And it's because now your brain is kind of trained to look for what is already familiar. If somebody is looking for a chiropractor and the word chiropractor shows up on their newsfeed because maybe somebody shared your post, or maybe you're even boosting a post, if somebody sees that word chiropractor, their eye is going to be drawn to it instantly, because that is what they actually need. Nobody goes to pages out of curiosity and says, gee, I wonder what this is about. They want to have a good idea of what you are about before they ever click. And we want to make it more likely that if they are looking for our particular product or service, that we can communicate that before they've even made that click or before they scroll by. So what you do needs to be part of your page name. The second thing that your page name needs to include is who you do it for. Okay, so who you do it for. Now, sometimes this is, if you have a national business, if you have, like, so my rabbit toy business, it is national, international actually. So just saying Happy Rabbit Toys not only explains what I do, but it does heavily imply who I do it for. People who own rabbits, right? So there is definitely a heavy implication there. Now you could say, yeah, but chiropractor, that says, you know, people with bad backs. But if you're a local business chiropractor, you do not fix backs for everybody in the United States. You have a very specific who. It is for people who live in your particular area. Now, let's say you're a chiropractor that specializes in kids. You only work with kids. Then that would want to be included as part of your page name as well. So that, again, we are being very, very clear from the front, from the outset, who you actually do what you do for. Okay? So if you're a local business, the area where you serve is very, very important. So I live in Southwest Florida. At the time of this recording, I'm in Southwest Florida. So if you serve all of Southwest Florida, you would put SWFL right there in your page name. And that will show people that you serve that area. Now, I have clients who live in Southwest Florida, but they only serve the Bonita Springs area. So when they're fixing their page name and they are, looking for the who do they serve, they only serve the Bonita Springs, Florida area. So they would have their business name that includes what they do. And then the who it's for would be Bonita Springs FL for Florida. And again, what this does is it helps attract exactly who it is you do serve to you and helps to repel those who you do not want to serve. So if you are a chiropractor that only serves, let's say Bonita Springs, and somebody from Cape Coral, which is, like an hour away, finds your page, they're going to instantly see that it's not for them. And that's okay. We don't want to attract everybody. Unless that person's like, I'm in Bonita Springs twice a week anyhow, I should check that chiropractor out while I'm there. So if they could use your service because they do come to Bonita a lot, then again, it's going to help attract. But if they never go to Bonita, they will not follow your page, which is what we want. We want to repel those who are not our ideal customer and attract those who are. There are no extra points for getting lots and lots of follows of people who are outside of your service area and will never use you, right? With the exception of friends and family, which I do encourage, and we can talk about that in another video. We really just want those who are most likely to do business with us. So saying what you do, so they know that that's the service they're looking for, and who you do it for, they know that you service their local community. You are communicating to them that you are exactly what they've been looking for before they ever even click on your page. This is vitally important. I spend a lot of time with my clients on this and making sure that this is right, because if it's wrong, it can actually work to repel your ideal client. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example here. Let's say your business name is Quality Plus. So you create a Facebook page and you just call it Quality Plus, right? Quality Plus. What does this person sell? What do they do? I mean, you could kind of imply that maybe it's a service business, but Quality Plus, what is it? Who do they serve? Who's their customer? What do they sell? From the get-go, you are requiring that I click through to find out even the bare minimum if you are what I'm looking for. And to be honest with you, I'm not going to take the time. So somebody refers you to somebody else and just says Quality Plus, and it's so generic and so nondescript that if there is a more specific page name that is tagged for something that I'm looking for, I'm going to tend to go there. Because this is too generic. It doesn't say what it is that you do, and it does not say who you serve. Okay, so let's add the what you do to it. Quality Plus air conditioning. Now we're getting specific. So you may have guessed, like, oh, I would guess that this is an air conditioning company. Or let's even say that you're in a Facebook group. Your customers in a Facebook group and say, I'm looking for an air conditioner, air conditioning company. And somebody recommends Quality Plus. Is Quality Plus, do they specialize in air conditioning? Or are they all around handymen? Are they contractors? Like, what exactly is Quality Plus? Are they an air conditioner servicing company specifically to help me and my needs? The second you add the words air conditioning there, you're telling that person, we are exactly what you're looking for, right? So if it's between Quality Plus and Quality Plus air conditioning and I need an air conditioner, I'm going to click on the second one, because that is saying specifically, it's repeating back to me, the customer, exactly what it is you can do for me. Okay, we always want to put the customer first. Always want to put the customer first. Now, let's say that we're going to use our Southwest Florida example here. I live in Cape Coral, and this air conditioning company only serves Bonita Springs. Now, the person who referred me may not know that. And so I take the time to reach out to you, follow your page. I'm really excited. And then you have to communicate back to me, I'm sorry, we don't serve your area, right? So we don't have the who on here. Now, most air conditioning companies in Southwest Florida actually serve the entire Southwest Florida area. So in this case, Quality Plus Air Conditioning, Southwest Florida, if I'm in Cape Coral, I feel fairly certain that you're going to service my area. Okay? If you only serve Bonita Springs, you would put Bonita Springs, Florida in there. And now I'm a little bit like, I wonder if they come up to Cape Coral. And I may still ask, but somebody in Bonita Springs is going to say, oh, wow, that's a local business. They're close to me. I feel like I can trust them because they're right where I am. Okay. So adding those, what I call qualifiers to your page name is really, really important. So look at your page name and ask yourself, is it clear what I do and who I do it for? If not, it's time to change. And if you're watching this video and you have no idea what you should change it to, how to make it more specific, ask in the group. That's what the Facebook group is there for. Ask in the group, say, this is my page name. Does it clearly communicate? Because I think it does, but maybe I'm missing something. Or I know my page name doesn't clearly communicate and I'm thinking of changing it. What about these ideas? It's really, really smart to ask first if you are unsure, because you cannot change it for 7 days. Once you change it, it has to stay stuck for 7 days, and it is possible that Facebook will reject certain changes. So it's good to have it kind of on lockdown before you make the change, so you don't have to make a bunch of changes in the future. With all that being said, I want you to notice this one thing here. See where I put the dash? You want to use the dash, not a comma, not a colon. That dash, it's very visually pleasing. The dash has a space on either side of it. Space, dash, space. Okay? Add your qualifier, you're going to do space, dash, space. If the space is not here, then the word air conditioning now has the dash attached to it, and Facebook reads it as that word. That is the word. Conditioning with a dash, that's the word. So if somebody's searching for air conditioning near me, that sort of thing, that dash can get in the way. It also looks very unprofessional. It can it just looks wrong when you're looking at it. It's more of a distraction that the dash is in the wrong place. And the same thing is true of the first letter of each word should be capitalized. If it's, now you can, like, of, the, those can be lowercase, but all of the main words should be capitalized, because that, again, is how we communicate that this is a professional business. Imagine that this is lowercase, or even quality, and then plus air conditioning is lowercase. It doesn't look right. It's how we represent businesses with this with this particular style of writing, with the first letter capitalized. And then Southwest Florida, people tend to do SWFL. Putting that in all caps is good as well. Now, sometimes Facebook doesn't like you doing all caps, but something short like this where it's an abbreviation, they'll usually let it go. So yeah, make sure we have capitalized letters. And then if you need to insert a dash, you make sure there's a space on each side of that dash, and that's going to make your whole page, look how clean that looks. It's clean, it's tight, it's professional looking, it's very business-like. So yeah, follow that general format. So your action steps, I'm going to include a video below this video on how to change your Facebook page name so that you can see, like, the logistics of it, how to log into your account and change your page name, and then actually go and change your name if needed. And remember, come to the group and ask questions. If you're unsure, ask in the group. That's what we're there for. We're there to help. All right, get her done. We'll see you in the next one.